For close to 100 years there's been a brass band in the West Yorkshire village of Hade Edge. It's a tradition handed down by one generation to the next. And today, after years of sweat and slog, the band have finally made it all the way up. Now they're competing against the big boys of the championship section, the best bands in Britain, hoping for glory and playing for the love of it. It's the day before the Yorkshire Regional Championships in Bradford.
That note's sharp again, Dave. You must not get that B flat sharp.
Tomorrow could be the biggest day in the band's history.
Don't go down below where you're going to start again. You've got to compensate for her breathing.
Playing to keep their place in the championship section.
That's sharp again, Dave.
For Simon and the band, the pressure's really on.
Tongue!
I'm aiming at not coming bottom. I'm aiming at staying in the championship section. I think it works out on the grading systems that if we don't actually come bottom, we stay up. I think that we won't disgrace ourselves by a long way, and I think there are quite a few bands are actually going to have to sit up and listen when we play tomorrow.
This is working much better, you guys.
12 minutes of, concentrate, keep your eye on Simon.
Still a tiny bit more there.
It's just down to pure concentration. Watch what you're doing, keep calm, go and do it.
Now make sure we cut off together.
It's all about pride, it's all about doing ourselves justice, basically, and putting sort of Hade Edge band, if you like, on the map as being a championship section band.
Well done. Well done. 2:15 tomorrow. We'll just be picking and poking, won't we? But let's make sure we've got a decent prompt start, then we can sort of relax. Thanks a lot, everybody. It's been hard work, but this week's it's really come on, hasn't it? I've no idea where we're going to come tomorrow. Thanks, guys, anyway. It's been super. See you tomorrow. Well, when we get off stage, it'll just be a big release. Just be a huge release, And it'll be, I'll be like this, just because it's such a big thing, the tension's there already. It'll be just a big release. Most people just go to the bar and, a few beers, relax. And that's what bands do. You work really, really hard, and then you relax, and you just hope that you worked hard enough to do well.
They're off to the contest, treading in the footsteps of the bands who've gone before. Bradford. This is where every band in Yorkshire wants to end up, competing against the best in front of a home crowd, and they're all here.
This is the Yorkshire Regional Brass Band Championships, and the Yorkshire Championships form part of the National Brass Band Championships of Great Britain. We have 59 bands competing this weekend. There are 5 sections, and the winner and the runner-up from each section go forward from Yorkshire to represent Yorkshire in the finals of the National Brass Band Championships. It's a closely fought contest because they want to be the Yorkshire champions, and we're very proud of that. Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just introduce your adjudicators for this evening? They're just going to say a few words and then they'll be taken out and into their waiting room, and we'll get on with the business of the draw.
I don't know, I'm thrilled to be here, actually. As a boy, I always dreamed of playing with a band in Yorkshire. Never made it. Second best thing is come and adjudicate them, I think.
Bloody hell, who's this lot? Looks like Hade Edge.
We haven't realistically got a chance of winning, but I'm sure we're going to play well, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy it, and that's all you can ask him to.
The adjudicator has always been a hero or a villain. They lock him in a box so he can't see who's playing and don't let him out until he's decided who's best. This time there's 2 of them, and it's a tent instead.
I'm a great believer, actually, in the curtain around us because it makes us concentrate. He's taken one lifeline away from us. So we're here purely with our ears and senses, and most importantly, our musical experiences from the past. Whatever they are, that's what we're going to use now to try and make a decision.
While the audience settle, it's time to draw the vital order of play. Every band prefers to be drawn as late as possible.
We've got 14 bands, we've got 14 numbers here. So Thelma will draw the number for the band, and then you'll draw the number, your ball for the order of play.
Band 14.
YBS. This is the first year that Hade Edge have competed in the Yorkshire Championship section.
That's number 7.
It's been good to see them progressing. We've got to bear in mind that they're now in with what we would call the big boys. They're competing against Black Dyke, the national champions, this year for the 20th time. They're competing against YBS. They're the European champions. They've got Brighouse and Rastrate, Grimethorpe, Sellers. It goes on.
Band 5.
Hade Edge. And it's hard work, and I'm sure Hade Edge will acknowledge that. But I'm also sure
Number 2.
they'll have just been practising like Billy-O, and they're going to go on there and give it the best shot.
At brass band contests, because it's one man, well, it's not, we've got 2 adjudicators today, but you never can be sure what they're wanting. That could be the draw. Hello?
Hello, Simons Robert. Right, draw for Hade Edge is number 2, and that means reporting time in the dressing room is 4:50. We collect about 4:45.
Okay. Speak to you soon. 2. The worst.
Carry on, coming back, Simon.
It's the worst draw. I mean, at least Pennine. At least if you get draw number 1, you sometimes get a bit of help from the judges. But number 2, you don't get any help or sympathy or anything.
Who's 3? That's your fault.
Can't remember. I think Dyke were 4th.
Dyke are 4th.
Skelmanthorpe are 3.
Skelmanthorpe!
What a bloody sandwich.
Pennine Brass are first on. Hade Edge are up next.
Time for a nervous wee, Donna. Sarah, you're going to have to help me. This is what wives are fighting. Oi! I want it to be over. I want to do a good job. I want the band to do a good job. This is where the adrenaline starts to kick in now, so the hard work's all been done now, isn't it, in the band room, so time for a bit of Hade Edge magic now and see if we can pull something off.
The band are already nervous. An early draw will mean a long wait for the result. Being drawn number 2 is adding even more pressure.
12 would have been better, or 13 or 14 or anything. It's not good, but well, somebody has to be number 2.
I'm glad. Get it out of the way. Good drinking draw.
I think most of the band are pleased. So yeah, because they want to drink loads of beer. So you know, as long as we play well, that's all I can ask. We're not asking for miracles today. Just play well and enjoy it.
This is it. Crunch time. In a packed St George's Hall, there's an army of Hade Edge supporters. Among them, the band's proud president and benefactor, Edgar Dickinson. For him, for everyone, years of slog and months of practice are about to come down to 12 minutes of Wagner.
Let's enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay, mate. Every year at the area, it's a big thing, because you only get one chance a year to prove how good you are. And it's not just that, you know, it's not just how good you play, but you've got to hope that the man who's adjudicating is thinking along the same lines as you are. That's the thing that makes it strange, that, you know, you can play fantastically well, but if the bloke in the box doesn't like the way you do it, even if you do it really well, if he doesn't like the way you do it, that can set you back. You know, I feel responsible, obviously, so I feel a lot of pressure for the, you know, on behalf of the band. There are lots of people. The majority of the band will go to the contest, and it won't matter if we're second, third, last, next to last. They'll still be there the week after, and we'll get the concert music out and look at the concert schedule. And it won't matter where we come, because people enjoy coming. You know, I just want us to do well. You know, I don't want us to be a band that go up into the top section and then just have to plumb it back down again.
They always knew they were never going to win, and that result, when it came, was no surprise.
So the winners of the best regional championships in the country, the winners of the Yorkshire Regional Championships for 2005. With 195 points, it's Grimethorpe Colliery UK Coal Band.
They knew they weren't going to win, but Hade Edge would have to play their very best just to survive. The real tension would come later. Had they played well enough to stay away from relegation? Had they scored enough points to stay up? For the lower placed bands, the results are not announced, but given in writing to their representative.
Hello, David. Is Simon with you?
The result.
13th. 14th was United Court.
13th, one from the bottom. Now it's all down to points. In the pub there's some quick calculations.
2, 3.
We stay up. Come on! Yeah, we stay up, so that's okay. We stay up.
Well done. Well done, guys. Well done.
I think we did as well as we could. We worked as hard as we could, and although it wasn't perfect on the day, there were one or two bits of mistakes, I suppose. One or two things didn't quite click perfectly. I think we played as well as we could, and I was very proud of the band. It's very difficult to turn up and play against so many good bands, and knowing that you know, all you're there for is just try not to get relegated straight back down again. But yeah, it was great to know that we got another chance.
Very, very proud and very relieved. Pride that the fact that we were there in the championship section playing against such bands as Brighouse and Black Dyke and bands like that, and just relieved that after all the weeks of effort that we'd actually gone, we'd done it, and we'd performed reasonably well.
Oh, it was an outstanding feeling when you put your instrument down at the end of it and you realise that after all that hard work, what you've been working towards is finished and done, and that it all hung together and we all got to the end at the same time, which is an important thing in brass banding. And after so much hard work, for it to have come off as well as I think it could have done.
In a way, it didn't really matter how we did. It was, I mean, with hindsight, it was the experience of being on that stage with the same bands, you know, who won, and I don't think we disgraced ourselves at all, and we didn't come last. So that was an achievement, and that was enough of an achievement for me, anyway.
With the junior and training bands coming on so well, there's a rosy glow to the future. But Simon's determined to keep Hade Edge up there with the big boys.
The main priority is the senior band, and we've got to really strive and work hard to try and maintain our position in the top section, because that's going to be a really big struggle. And I'm never going to stop shouting at players, and I'm always going to want it to be really good, but I want it to be a family band as well.
It's a friendly band, it's a friendly, family-orientated band, and I think that's probably one of its biggest attributes. There's an awful lot of pride and an awful lot of friendship, and that's what makes this band great. I think Hade Edge has got a shining future, and as long as we keep the team of people that we've got that obviously work so well together, I can see us taking this further, a lot further. The sky's the limit.